What's going on, man? Welcome back to the basement. But we're not in the basement. We're in New York, BDG office. We got Gut in the cut. It's here. First day of August. You guys know what the deal is. I am August. We stream every day from now until kickoff. And today marks the first draft. So why not hop on Underdog, do a Best Ball Mania draft, use promo code Rondo, match your first deposit up to $1,000. We are here. How's everybody doing? We got Notorious in here. We got Elijah Bennett in here. We're coming from a different place. You guys know I got to make it happen. We got, Ron, you're late. I was a little bit late, but look, we were set it up in a different spot. How's everybody doing? We got Fantasy Football Garage in here. We got Cole Bryant. We got Lake Duchesne. We're gonna skip all the pleasantries and hop right into a BBM. $25, 20-second clocks. How's everybody doing, man? It feels good to be back. Feels good. Elite stuff. We're in here. Monk mode. How are we? That's why it took a little bit. I'll be honest. That's why it took a little bit. It's a little weird. This is obviously not my office, not my recording setup. Took a while to get this all figured out. But here we are. What do you guys think of we got Stone Cold in the cut. After this, I'm threading all kinds of needles today, all right? It's August, so obviously everything's busy. BDG recording day. Stream for August. And I will tell you guys as well, last year we didn't start streaming until August 4th, all right? So we're cranking it up August 1st through TNF kickoff, Thursday Night Football, of course. And then after this, I'm wearing the Stone Cold because I'm going to Friday Night SmackDown in Newark. Now, I'd love to go to SummerSlam, but I'm not going to SummerSlam because I got to lock in. So it just kind of made sense. I'm already kind of out here in the city, whatever. How's everybody doing, though? How are we, man? I'm so pumped that we're finally here. Let's get the draft board up. And we are on the clock. We could go Bijan. We could go CeeDee Lamb. I'm going to go CeeDee. I just like going with these wide receivers on the early part of the drafts. I don't have a ton of CeeDee Lamb yet at this point. Let's get the draft board going. I will say, forgive me for kind of trying to get this setup going here, but here we are. I think we look decent. I think that this plays... No. Let's do this. All right. Here we are. We're back. Does it not feel good to be back, fellas? What's going on today? I'll be honest, it's honestly always a whirlwind when I'm here recording. I will say, for anyone that's been watching the BDG stuff and the BDG trivia, today's pretty much my last day in terms of being here on a regular basis. And then it's time to just lock in and devote everything I got to you guys. Fantasy football, streams every day. We got Michael Hatfull in here. We got Caleb in here. We got Vincent in here. We got Elijah Bennett. Tell Cody I love him. We got Kenny in here. We got Hurricane Lane. It's back. SummerSlam doesn't look good this year. You're right, but I'm literally just going tonight just to see John Cena. I've never seen John Cena in person. Can we get a hell yeah? Hell yeah. What? When we getting the PPR rankings on Patreon? Right now we have half PPR ranks up. The goal is, I know it sucks. I know some of you guys have your drafts this weekend. The half PPR ones are still fine. Like I would still use them in a PPR draft, but in terms of like full PPR, tiers, checklist, targets, fades, all of that should be up by Sunday, Monday. I will try and get it out as soon as possible. And I will say, I don't want to overpromise and under-deliver, but for those of you guys out there that like don't want to pay a monthly fee, or maybe you want my like half PPR standard rankings, I am working on a website that should be out next week, where if you just want to, you don't want all the nonsense, you just simply want to buy the rankings on a website, you can download whatever, so you don't have to go into Google Sheets or any of that. That is coming as well. So very excited. A lot of stuff happening. Draft every day in August. Every day. Some of them will be underdog. As you guys know, some of them will be the high stakes. We got a lot of things to look forward to this summer. I'm super excited, man. Sometimes I'm like overwhelmed and it's like, man, I'm staring down the barrel of so much content, so much work. But I will say, leave a like on this stream as well. Leave a like, boost us up. See, this is why I like CeeDee Lamb. This is why I like taking CeeDee Lamb at that one spot, because now there's just so many running back options. Let's go JT. Why not? Let's go JT. We anchored in that first wide receiver spot. Then that's just whatever running back you like there. What the fuck is happening in this room? No one has seen John Cena in person. That's cool. That is true. Mr. August, we got Jesus Sosa in here. Damn, these are names I recognize too, man. I appreciate everyone that's coming out. Tell me when my home league the last 2 years are the GOAT. Hell yeah. Lad over Drake and AJ Brown. Yeah, I haven't even really been talking about what's been going on in this draft. We had a wide receiver run go off the board. We had four straight wide receivers before a single running back. Devontae goes. This is going to sound a little crazy. I want to get more elite quarterback teams mixed in. So I'm going to go Josh Allen here. I think these third round options, like once these 4 running backs dry up, right? JT, Bucky, Chase Brown, Josh Jacobs, I think it gets tough. You can talk me into Hampton or Brees, but I'm not really trying to take them in the early third. I think the best thing you can do is just Josh Allen or Lamar and just take an elite quarterback. We talked about it in the Risers video, where I just want to keep inching up elite quarterbacks in my rankings. Like I just think it's one of the better things you can do for your team. Let's just keep inching this camera over here. It's a little look. It's a setup I'm not usually accustomed to. Let's get back to the draft board though. Let's see. I think we're set up. I think it's about as good as you could get me set up somewhere that's not the basement. Look, this ain't the basement. You know what it is though, Jake. Come on now. You know where we're at. Not quite the basement. Will you do Dynasty PPR rankings, no tight end premium? Probably not. Said it's wrongest. That's what I'm saying. The gang is getting back together. Like I said, dude, I'm so pumped. It's pretty awesome that you get 1 month of just being the fucking man every year. That's what they're saying. It ain't for the week though, man. Because I'm gonna try and get videos to you literally like every other day. Is kind of the goal. Like a video every other day, stream every day. I'm telling you guys, like it's literally gonna be. I'm gonna be on monk mode, as I've been saying. It's just a lock-in. Streaming is a game of inches. That's what I've been saying. Well, Terry signed with the Commanders. I will say, we've been talking about in the office, like all of the trade stuff of like Micah Parsons requesting a trade, Terry McLaurin requesting a trade. I think they all just stay. I think really the biggest issue with somebody like Terry McLaurin, as we saw last year with a guy like Brandon Ayuk before he tore his ACL, is like when you're not in camp and getting in the rhythm, you start slow, which is really tough. So I think even if you think McLaurin stays with Washington or whatever, I think you got to move him down a little bit. Now the issue is that, especially in these where you're trying to stack, McLaurin's not going to fall at all because you're just trying to get JD to McLaurin every time. I'll be back in the basement tomorrow for a stream, I promise. Might even have a video out tomorrow. We'll see. I'm hoping. But yeah, feel free to ask whatever questions. I should probably talk more about what's going on in the draft. But like these are just so tough. Like Marvin Harrison Jr. in the third, Garrett Wilson in the third, JSN in the third, especially in half PPR, man. And I will say that's something that I always forget to kind of reiterate. This is a Best Ball Mania $25 draft. First place wins like millions of dollars. Of course, I have links in the description, comment section down below, pinned in the live chat. You can hop on Underdog, use promo code Rondo, match your first deposit up to $1,000. And you can hop in these drafts as well. But they're half PPR, 3 wide receiver, 1 flex. So you got to think through that. In terms of projections, like DJ Moore versus Garrett Wilson's not that far off. Now, I will say I'm not really drafting much of Rashee Rice. Let's see. See, this is why I'm glad we went balanced, because there's literally nothing but wide receiver options at this point in the draft. We'll go Tetairoa McMillan. Get some wide receiver upside at the 410. Why not? I am upstairs. I will say it's always it's a funny dichotomy because I'm going to. I think tentatively the goal is to move out after this season, and like I kind of need this spot to have a basement wherever I move to. But if I go with an apartment, it's not going to have a basement. We're back on the clock here. Pickens goes. I've been wanting to get more Pickens, but just did not fall our way here. Let's go Metcalf. I don't have a lot of Metcalf. He's been getting hyped recently. Why not? You could have talked me into any of these guys. You could have talked me into a running back here. I just felt if Tet's our wide receiver 2, that doesn't really feel that good, especially as a rookie. So we took our 2 detours here. Why not go back to the wide receiver? Would have loved Pickens to come back. Could have. I have so much Zay Flowers. I'm not really into Calvin Ridley in half PPR. We already have the rookie upside of Hunter. And taking Flowers after going Allen over Lamar just stung. Like, if it was going to be Flowers, I feel like I had to go Lamar before that. I don't know if that makes sense, but the Flowers is one of my most drafted receivers anyways. You ever done leagues that do custom yardage? Maybe only in Dynasty. I want to fade quarterback this year, but Mahomes going so much later. Yeah, Mahomes is like my most drafted quarterback at this point. People are saying Cena versus Cody Rhodes. Cena's winning that. If you're taking elite quarterbacks early third, where do you recommend taking them in 6-point passing TD league? Same thing. For me, 6-point passing touchdowns don't increase or decrease the value of quarterback. They just kind of simply make pocket passers better. So you can, if you would like to, you can move Burrow up a round or so. You know what I mean? Guys like Stafford, Tua as well. Hope the Lions start twerking for Micah, yeah. Yeah, exactly. They're just trying to force their hand. I will say, if one of them was to be more likely to get traded, it'd be Micah. He typed out an essay today. Any 10-man drafts on the radar? Probably not. 1,000, yeah, it's like literally 1,000. I didn't read any of it. Thoughts on Xavier Worthy this year? I like him as a fun year 2 breakout candidate. On Underdog, you got to pay you're paying what? 41st as your wide receiver 2. I don't hate it, but I don't love it. It is August, man. It truly is. You can smell it in the air. It's funny how Terry suffered through years of shitty quarterbacks. Yeah, but he's got to get his bag. He's got to get his bag is kind of the issue. Xavier Worthy's tough. Year 2 breakout candidate. Rashee Rice. Suspension. The question just becomes if Worthy's good. How are you approaching Mixon? I'm fading, but if his price gets to like the 80s, like 8th round Joe Mixon to me is probably fine. He's like the only guy there in a decent offense. Like once you're debating between like him, once you're debating between Mixon and like Pollard, Brian Robinson area, that's when I think it's fine to go Mixon. Let's see. Jennings has been slipping. Let's go Jaden Reed here. Let's go Jaden Reed. I've been taking more of him. I might get killed for this dude, but I like Aaron Jones better than all of these running backs available. If Caleb Johnson makes it here, maybe I'll take him, though, but I think it's got to be Aaron Jones. Aaron Jones is falling to a crazy range right now. I'll take a slide in Caleb. Fine. I'll take rookie upside with this. But I maintain that Aaron Jones is way too cheap. That was just too good of a price to pass on. We already have DK, so we're already kind of betting on this Steelers offense. Maybe we'll get Aaron Rodgers later. Can we expect some high stakes with Liam and Jacob? No, 100%. This is kind of the thing with August. We're going to ramp, but we're going to get there. We're going to get there. How far do you push up Bowers and McBride and redraft? I'd say 2-3 turn. I'd say 2-3 turn, ideally early third. I'll see you, Bart. Let me know what pick you get tomorrow. Pickens or J-Mo? For me, it's Pickens. I'm starting to... I want to get more Pickens, man. I need to draft more of him. If Tet wasn't on the board here, I would have taken him. I just think that there's more than enough room next to CD with Dak. They're going to pass the ball a ton. If Micah actually does hold out... Oh, I didn't realize that you super chatted this, but I just answered it. But give me Pickens. I will say I'm coming around on both of them. Like it's kind of just a really nice spot to draft receivers. Welcome back to the kitchen. Any SummerSlam predictions? No. I haven't been following as much. I'm really just going tonight because I know it's Cena's retirement tour, and I've never seen him in person. So I'm just trying to. I'm really just there for Cena's entrance and segment, and everything else is a cherry on top. Are we bumping Kittle up? I think 3-4 turn Kittle's about right. It's about right. You could argue for higher though, with Jennings banged up, Ayuk coming off the ACL. This is Best Ball Mania. Thoughts on Caleb Johnson and Bears offense under Ben Johnson? I've been pushing the Bears up. I've been pushing the Bears up in my rankings. I'm hesitant to spend big because I think it's a very fragile projection, right? Where when Vegas implies the Bills for the best offense in the league, Josh Allen, it's a proven track record. When they imply the Bears for the 15th best offense, it's much more fragile where we haven't seen it yet. So there's a lot of upside, but I'm not crazy about like using a 4th rounder on DJ Moore. I'm coming around on the idea of Rome Odunze in like the 5-6 turn area, but I love the cheap pieces. They were one of the guys I talked about in my sleepers video. I think that was yesterday with Burden, Loveland, Roshan. I like Caleb Williams as well. First stream of August, not in the basement. What happened to the game I love? I promise, tomorrow we will be in the basement. Should have taken Shakir for the stack. Yeah, maybe. Yeah. I always sleep on the stack sometimes. But with Josh Allen, I'm fine him kind of being alone there. Let's take Keon Coleman for the stack because we missed out on that. Why not? So ugly. This is an ugly area for running back, huh? 5 receivers. We have nothing at tight end. Dallas, Carolina. If we want Dak, it probably has to be here. If we want Dak, it has to be here. We'll probably if we're gonna go Josh Allen, we don't need Dak, so I'm just gonna go with. I think we'll go Tyrone Tracy. Because I actually like Scotabo more than Tracy, but at this point we already have Caleb Johnson. We have the rookie upside. Why not get somebody that's actually just going to put points in our running back lineup? So this is just kind of a very cliche hero RB lineup for us here. I don't know if cliche is the right word, but like a routine. Like this is what I do. Hey, you joined the big dog. I'm gonna be honest with you, Brett. Like I think really my plan with that is that once we get into the deep part in August and I'm knees deep in outlines and stuff, really the point of that is just to get a free video where it's just like, here's my $500 draft and this is how it went. So I got to make sure I'm on my best behavior in there. How do you get your message up on the screen? You just say something and I got you. It is getting hot in here, dude. The weather's not great right now, but who cares? Saying this is a Viking fan. Word from camp is that Jones and Mason's going to be a very even split. Yeah, I just don't believe it. I just don't believe it. Yeah, the Keenan Allen to the Chargers stuff, I've been seeing that. I keep seeing this question, but I'm telling you, every dynasty rankings I do is always Superflex and tight end premium, and they're probably not going to get updated until week 1-ish. Just because nothing's really changed since I last updated them, and this is just kind of the time of year to lock in on redraft. That's what I'm saying. I think it's going to be honeymoon as well with Pickens, where Pickens might not love being the number 2 option, but I think at least for this season, he'll buy into it. What would Keenan Allen to the Chargers mean for fantasy? I don't think it would mean a whole ton outside of, like, I think Ladd is pretty locked in. I think it would just hurt the ancillary pieces of, like, I think Quentin Johnson becomes a lot less appealing. I'd still take Trey Harris for rookie upside. Probably move Keenan Allen up. You doing any drafts after this? Probably not. I'll have to kind of look. Like I said, I'm threading the needle here again. first day of August. We're not going to do a 24-hour stream. We'll work our way up to streaming a ton. But I got to figure out because I got to be in Newark for SmackDown by like 7:30. And what is it right now? 6 p.m. Okay, yeah. So probably not, but we'll see. When are the draft cheat sheets with tiers / ideal rounds coming out on Patreon? That should be out by Sunday, Monday. Like the pretty much for me is I'm going to stream this. I have an outline done. I'll record that tomorrow and get it up, and then pretty much the rest of my Saturday and Sunday will be making those rankings where you have the tiers, checklist, targets, fades, all of that. And then, like I said, for anyone that doesn't want to subscribe on the Patreon, I should have a website with that for half PPR, standard, full PPR, maybe even Superflex, something like that. Still working on that. Again, I don't want to overpromise, underdeliver, but there's going to be multiple ways to get my tiered rankings and stuff this season. How many drafts per stream? Probably just one here, but who knows, man? We might even have one where if it's the last week of August and I have like 10 BBMs left and I got to get them done, we might sit down here and do 10 BBMs in a row. Wow, Dak makes it back to us. I think we got to take Dak. Let's take Dak. Dak made it back to us. I think in the 10th round, that's fine. Like it's not overkill. We're punting off tight end. We're gonna have plenty of tight end options here at this pick too. I like this team. This is just perfectly balanced. Probably gonna end up with like a 2-6-7-3 is kind of where I'm leaning here. You guys can see the team here on the right. We have Josh Allen. We have Dak. We have JT, Caleb Johnson, Tyrone Tracy, CeeDee Lamb, Ted McMillan, DK Metcalf, Jaden Reed, Keon Coleman. Wow, and they're still, okay, we're just going to take ADP value again. Evan Ingram, 106. We get him at 123. I don't even like Evan Ingram. That's like one of the first times I've drafted him, to be honest. All right. I'm happy with that. Look, when we look at the value we've gotten on some of these players, we got Dak, what, like 10 picks past his ADP. We got Caleb, a decent bit after his ADP. We got, and then Evan Ingram, 123 at 106 ADP. So we'll take that all day. I like this. It's a very balanced, well-structured team, I think. I will say, though, I do not have the Week 17 matchups memorized. Yeah, exactly. This is why I care so much about stacking Week 17 matchups, is because BBM is just a whole other beast. You're semi-locked in right now, not fully. Look, by Sunday I will be fully locked in. I'm telling you, the rankings will be there. You guys are making me nervous that like maybe I should have done this sooner, but like also we just got all this new training camp news and stuff. Like, I don't know. How many of you guys in the chat? Let me know. Give me the date of your home league draft. Let me know. Thoughts on holding Judkins? Probably selling. Saying Allen is washed? Mr. August, hell yeah. Is it wild that KLS Flash, the most interesting wide receiver in the Hall of Fame game? He doesn't, like, for me, Keandre Lambert Smith is who he's talking about here. He's not, I'm not drafting him in a normal home league, but in a best ball like this, Keenan Allen signing does kind of suck for KLS, but also I think KLS is a fine 18th round pick if you have Justin Herbert. What's the cheese at 10-10? Dak Prescott at 10-10 is kind of good cheese. We got Jaws in here. Favorite wrestler growing up? Probably Cena. Actually, no, Jeff Hardy for sure. Jeff Hardy for sure. Listen/watch any fantasy content. I poke my nose here and there. I poke my nose around, but nothing crazy. I don't want to, I don't want to burn myself out watching other people's content. So I keep my finger on the pulse, but I definitely don't like have anybody where it's appointment viewing. Why don't you like Ingram? I just don't know if he's got it anymore. I don't know that he's good enough to actually be a focal point of a good offense. I think he's kind of somebody that's just a target funnel on a bad offense, right? We're going to have Sutton there. Sean Payton loves to use his running backs. Evan Ingram's kind of this weird tweener that right now in this modern NFL is not really working, right? Like the Kyle Pitts of the world, the Dalton Kincaids of the world, of a tight end that can only play receiver. Like, Evan Ingram, you're not going to put in line and block anybody. I think he's, like, fine. I'm just honestly taking David Njoku where he goes every time. Mason Taylor's a good value. Mason Taylor's a good value. After Garrett Wilson, there's nothing else going on there. Damn, Dalton Kincaid goes. I'm not even a big Dalton Kincaid guy, but if I have Josh Allen, I might as well. Let's think here. Damn, Basil Tutin's gone. That's my guy. Now you have Dylan Sampson. You have Ray Davis. Jake Ferguson goes right before us, too. All right, give me Dallas Goedert. We need some tight ends. And we'll probably just take whatever running back of this bunch I like the most at this next pick. What running back y'all like here? I think for me it's got to be Rachaad White. We talked about him in the sleeper video. Why not? Especially, this is going to sound very tinfoil hat, but because I took JT over Bucky Irving, kind of made the bet that Bucky Irving's going to suck, so why not? What's good?
I got a bounce. So
All right.
Say goodbye. I don't want to say thank you for coming this summer and locking in with the crew.
Of course.
Your last day, right?
Yeah, outside of if I'm coming to Idiot League Mates.
Yep. You're in.
Yeah, all right. Time to lock in.
If you're coming.
Yeah, we'll see if I make it there.
Yeah, fair. All right. Well, I mean, you know you're welcome anytime.
All right.
And passing on Samson there was a huge help.
Oh, okay. Let's see. All right, so so we have like one guy drafting tomorrow. Again, maybe that's my bad, but I have rankings right now. I can't stress that enough. I have rankings. They're just not what you guys are used to. But they will be up after the weekend. August 22nd, August 31st. Yeah, so everything's, yeah, we're good. We're good. Late August. Yeah. All right. Drop another Excel sheet with all the draft ADPs. I definitely will. It's just a matter of like I could do that right now, but you have to remember these default rankings of like Sleeper, ESPN, whatever. They don't really lock in until like mid-August. Like Sleeper's gonna have a bunch of changes. ADP is really not even locked in yet too. Like you gotta remember too, people aren't hyped up. Like there's gonna be people in the preseason that get steamed up. Like it's just we're so early right now that there's certain videos like that where it's like the values that I talk about today won't be the values when you're drafting, if that makes sense. So it's something where there's some timing elements with videos like that. But 100%, I mean that's the most viewed video on my channel. And there's also, you know, other YouTubers might beat me to that same video idea. So it's definitely a bit of a dichotomy, but Swanton Bomb is the GOAT move. All right, people are saying mid to late August. That's fine. That's fine. I'm sorry. If you're drafting this weekend and you wanted my full PPR tiered rankings, I'm sorry. But my half PPR ones are up, and there wouldn't really be much of a change. Yeah, late round 2 does kind of suck. Late round 2, people. That's kind of the consensus right now is that the back end of the first is sick. That's kind of what it comes down to. Wow, Najee is here, still sliding. Do I want to catch that falling knife? If I'm being honest, man, not really. Fuck it. I don't even draft Najee like that, but let me know if I'm being a goof for that Najee Harris. But I mean, he fell 30 picks. Now we need Buffalo, Dallas. Could use a wide receiver, but they all suck. Let's go Keenan Allen. Is Keenan Allen going to get pulled up to round 15? Might be a dumb move, but I'm going to go Keenan Allen the 15th, whatever. I think once you get to this part, too, ADP doesn't really matter as much either. Let's start to worry about, like, late stacking options. Got Bills, I think, as well. We have Dallas, of course. Who does Dallas play in Week 17, fellas? I know the Bills play the Eagles. I'm not stacking any of those, though. All right, let me read this team real quick. We got Josh Allen, Dak Prescott, Jonathan Taylor, Caleb Johnson, Tyrone Tracy, Rashad White, Najee Harris, CeeDee Lamb, Ted McMillan, DK Metcalf, Jaden Reed, Keon Coleman, Keenan Allen, Evan Ingram, Dallas Goedert on the squad. That's where we're at. Is Nick bigger in person? Yeah, Nick is massive in person. Mr. August in August, man. You got an ESPN draft tonight? Damn. Now I feel bad. You're good, dude. I got much information from you already. Appreciate what you do. Hell yeah. Thank you. Like I said, over this weekend, I will have the rankings you guys are accustomed to. That's what I'm saying. I don't even like you guys know I'm big on Amari and Hampton, but it's just like, I mean, if you're going to give me Najee Harris at 166, somebody that was getting drafted in like the 9th, 10th round earlier this summer, I'm fine with it. They played Commanders in Week 17. Okay. Let's see. Oh, we could get Bill on this team. Y'all rocking with Bill? Bill Krosky Merritt. That's so funny. What else we got here? First home league draft is tomorrow. Damn, you guys put me in my bag. I gotta look up like now I'm about to look up on the Patreon, like, the kind of rankings I'd put out before July, or before August, but here we are. So when's the go-to legendary wide receiver running back vid dropping? That's actually the video I'm working on right now is the legendary running back video. I will say I'm anticipating some nasty comments because we whiffed on Saquon last year, though. Just what it is. We whiffed on Saquon, but I think we learned enough lessons. That was really just like, I think I was too locked in on previous efficiency for running backs. And with running backs, really what matters for efficiency is your environment, right? So like good offensive line, good scoring environment, which is what Saquon had. So I had to put more emphasis on that. Let's go Jalen Noel. I just like Jalen Noel. And then we will go with a running back and a tight end to round this out. Hey, we got T. Jeebs in the chat. What's up? T. Jeebs. Draft Johnson. Swift is a bum. I like Roschon a lot. Let's do Miles Sanders to Dak. Why not? Yep. A-Chain will be there again. Definitely rocking with Krosky Merritt. Me too. What's your favorite third round targets? It's really, it's honestly anything. It's crazy to say, but it's anything but the receivers, man. It is the elite quarterbacks, so like Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson. It is Amari and Hampton, Brees. If any of the running back, I like Trey McBride as well. If any of the running backs from the late two, so like Bucky, JT, Josh Jacobs, Chase Brown. Am I missing one? Maybe one more is in there? No, those four. T. Jeebs, that's crazy. No, I'm not a big Kyron guy. People have been killing me for that in the comments, but I know that McVay uses a bell cow usually. I just think the way that he saw his running game play out last year and the way that running games like Liam Cohen's played out last year, I just don't think he's going to run back Kyren for the third straight year and have another mid-running game. I just don't think so. I think he wants explosive plays out of the run game. Thoughts on Burt? Wow, what a question, Ryan. Thoughts on Burton versus Iosivas? I like Burton. Like I think Yoshi gets the nod early, but in terms of a player, like now, of course, you're only drafting Jermaine Burton in a best ball like this, but I think the likelihood of one of the other, right? So Yoshi versus Burton to have meaningful production from like weeks 10 on, I think it would be Burton for me. I think he has a higher upside, and I kind of believe him that he's a changed man or whatever. I will say, fellas, I feel bad being on my phone, but I kind of have to figure out if I'm going to take the train in to Prudential here. Like I said, only the first day of streaming every day. We'll build on this. Most of the time it'll be at night, but I think tomorrow as well it'll be more like midday. Probably somewhere around like 4 p.m. And then, look, don't hold me to it. Maybe, I think pretty much once I have, so you guys keep asking about these PPR rankings that are tiered, checklist, all of that. Once I have those good to go, I think we will do a high stakes draft. So that should be fun. Hey, we got the Ladster in here. What's up? You hate August? No, this is the best time of the year, brother. This is the best time of the year. Best Jersey Shore bar. What a question. What a question. Oh, this has to be a tight end. I did not give it any thought. We're going to go JT Sanders. I should have thought more in terms of correlation. But I've been coming around on JT Sanders. Year 2 breakout. I like the Panthers offense. I think that's fine. It's not my favorite team of all time. It's not my favorite team of all time, but I think it's solid. We go 2-6-7-3. We go Josh Allen, Dak Prescott. We go JT, Caleb Johnson, Tyrone Tracy, Rashad White, Najee Harris, Miles Sanders, CeeDee Lamb, Ted McMillan, DK Metcalf, Jaden Reed, Keon Coleman, Keenan Allen, Jalen Knoll, Evan Ingram, Dallas Goedert, JT Sanders. Now, I think that might be a team that the Ladster can co-sign. I think so. But what a question from Steven. Best Jersey Shore bar. For my money, it's probably Bar A. But there's a lot of good ones. I've really only been Manasquan and Point Pleasant area, though. Keenan's probably cooked, but like also in the 15th round, attached to Justin Herbert. And the other options in that area are like Alec Pierce and Michael Wilson. And I still got Jalen Knoll to come back to me. I think it's fine. Let me see for a second here. I've literally become a full-on city slicker here. In terms of trying, like, operating the train system, operating the subway. Let's see. Debating, like, Ubering from here to there, but, like, also Uber was looking like $150. So hold on. I'm pretty much trying to figure out if I got to leave right now or if I can squeeze another draft in. Another draft is looking pretty unlikely, I'll be honest with you guys. But let me just do some quick math on what I got to do here. Penn Station, the Newark Penn Station. What do you got for me? Man, I gotta be honest. I don't know how do you guys know how Newark is like, but walking from Newark train station to Prudential is kind of a scary proposition. I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you guys, but I might hang out for a little bit here for a second, guys. Let me look at these Uber prices. The issue is that Uber is taxing. Uber is taxing. Let's see. Has that just been a recent thing? Yeah, I mean, we're talking $91 to Uber to Prudential. Taxing. What do we got, though? I probably got another, like, 10 minutes here to chill. I do appreciate you guys coming out. We got, like, 250 people in here at one point. 280, 290, something like that. You'll be seeing plenty more of me this summer, man. Be here all the time in the basement. Rocking out. Appreciate the super chat from Kev. Just for being a goat in the basement. I appreciate that. A-Rich hype season, I'm bought in, dude. I'm all the way bought in. Feel free to lob me all the questions in the world. We'll do a rapid Q&A here and probably wrap up in like 10 minutes. Oh, Christopher, chill. You guys are too kind. Hold on, still debating what I'm going to do here. You know what we'll do, fellas? You know what we'll do? Everybody leave a like. I can't promise that I will be here to finish the draft with you guys. I don't know. I'm really thinking between... Let me ask my buddy who's driving in... I don't want to give you guys blue balls here. So I might do one and then dip after the first however many rounds, but I also don't want to hop on the train and then get screwed up by the lack of LTE. What else we got in here? I got to go put up the league loser winner sign in my neighborhood league right now. Do you? I'm late to the party. Who did you get? Okay, you want me to go through the team? We're at 141 drafts so far. Here's the squad we just drafted. I'm currently deciding if I'm Ubering to Prudential or training in. End the night. Yeah, I'll probably wrap it up here. Look, it's just the first. One of the first streams of August. Appreciate everyone that came out. Again, I'll be back here tomorrow. I'll be back here the day after that. I'll be back here the day after that. If you look at the calendar, and I will say Nick's setup in here, I'm looking crazy. I'm looking beat up right now. If you look at the calendar and it says August, if you look at the calendar and week 1 Thursday Night Football has not happened, I will be on a microphone broadcasting to you some form of a fantasy football draft from now through week 1. As always, most of these will be underdog drafts. If you haven't already, use promo code Rondo, match your first deposit up to $1,000. I'll have links in the description and the comment section down below. Also, my rankings. A lot of people have been asking for the full PPR rankings, tiered, targets, fades. That will be out after this weekend. So, as always, I love y'all, and I will see you guys in the next one.